A deal on Dickens, who could resist? A stack of Austen, warmly kissed. Golden Age crime tales twist and turn, every page a treasure to learn. Books keep coming home with me, piles so tall they're all I see. Turn a page and sail the sea, reading always feels so free.
Hi, my name is Talia. Welcome to Talia Nerds Out. Just figured I'd record a couple of videos for booktube while I was thinking about it. I've already done at least one book review. Just want to run through kind of like what I plan on doing for December, just to kind of close off the year. I had so many plans, but my plans for December always get overturned, and several of the books I was thinking I'd finish in December will probably go into next year. So I ended up typing up my checklist of things that I hope to keep track of what I've read as I'm reading it. So this one will probably continue into next year, even though I will still read as much of it as I can for December. This is Christmas Customs and Traditions, Their History and Significance. I was about to read a different Christmas-related traditions book this particular time around, but I don't like it when I'm reading a book that mentions something that's historical and then it doesn't give me any footnotes or endnotes. And that was my issue with the other book I started, whereas this one's very good about giving references. So I decided this would be the one I'm going with. This is an older book written by Clement A. Miles, Christmas Customs and Traditions, Their History and Significance. It was first published in 1976. And it first goes through some of the first part completely is Christian traditions. And then it goes into the second part goes into some of the pagan winter celebration traditions that then crossed over, that kind of still lasted and got integrated. So yeah, and I'm kind of surprised at things like I'm seeing the boy bishop in that section, because that doesn't make sense to me, nor does St. Stephen's, St. John's, and Holy Innocents' Days, because those are actually all Christian traditions. But we'll see. Maybe it's just I don't understand the way they have this set up. I haven't read it in a little bit, like in the past couple days, but I do plan on picking it up again. I've just been distracted by other books. Then also, I'm trying to do one of these puzzles a day. I showed this in a different video. This is Merry Myrtle, 25 Fiendishly Festive Logic Puzzles by J.T. Carber. I've done the Myrtle puzzle books before. I'm in the middle of a different one. I think it's volume 1, because I think I have volume 2 up there. But I'm stuck on a puzzle for volume 1. But I figured let me do this one, and then maybe by the time I'm done with this book, I'll be able to restart my other Myrtle puzzle book. Or not restart, but continue my other one. But I'm trying to keep it on the proper days. Like it'll say December 9th. So I'll do the one for December 9th on December 9th, and so on and so forth. And then the goal is to be done by Christmas. So far, it's moving along quickly. Thankfully, even though I got this a few days late, like I think I got it on the 4th or 5th, the first puzzles were fairly easy. They get progressively harder. So I was able to catch up really quickly. And the idea is, first of all, it's kind of set up in a grid. Like they give you a grid that you can work off of. So for that reason, kind of makes me think of like a mixture of Clue and Sudoku. So they'll give you the basic setup for your mystery. Then they'll give you your suspects. They'll give you your locations, your weapons, and they have a little bit of information about all that. They give you some extra clues and evidence. And then they give you a grid of your suspects, your weapons, and your suspect's weapons and locations, and then you logic it's out so you can rule certain things out for certain people, and then it'll end with who, what, where, like, with your little envelope for clue where you're like, it's, Mr. Green in the conservatory with the, wrench. So, yes, now what's interesting about this particular one is they have a couple of extra things that I've not seen in the other Myrtle books. So, like, the original thing is that you, as a detective, you're called to the North Pole because Santa Claus is missing. But they say that, and you as a detective, you don't believe in Santa Claus. But they say that as you run into murders, the person who commits the murder is not the one who kidnapped Santa Claus. So they give you a whole list at the beginning of potential people who kidnapped Santa Claus. So as you go along, you're able to cross out people who might have kidnapped Santa Claus. And then if someone committed the murder, you cross them off the list. So they definitely didn't kidnap Santa Claus until you're down to the person who kidnapped Santa Claus. They also said that you'll have like a cat who will come with you, that you then have to find him. So you've solved your murder mystery. You cross someone off the Santa list, and then you have to find the cat that's hidden in the pages. So let's see if I can find the cat. So this time we just have a cat paw here. But other places there's been ears poking out. So like for this one, there's the cat ears right there. So it's just an extra little fun puzzle on top of a puzzle. Then they had just have like little random Christmas things in the back, like Christmas games, some Christmas drinks you can make. But yeah, this is just a fun book. Nice to get back into Myrtle. I don't even remember how I first heard about it, but it's good, especially if you aim at doing about a puzzle a day. It keeps your brain active. And this is, I think this came out this year. Hold on. Yeah, 2025. The other ones that they've had in this series have been Volume 1 and Volume 2. I don't think I have Volume 3 yet. Then they have Myrtle, the School of Mystery, Myrtle, the Case of the Seven Skulls, and then there's this one. I think they also have like a Myrtle game. They have a bunch of things out for Myrtle. I get their emails. They also have where you can play it on the website and you can get like your daily puzzle that way. I like the books because I just like to do it that way. But yeah, that's Myrtle. Other things that are on the list I would like to finish by the end of the year. In the Dark Streets Shineth. So I'm supposed to be reading right now for the David McCullough read along. If I kept on schedule, I'm supposed to be reading John Adams right now. Well, I'm supposed to finish Truman too, but I'm still reading Truman. I haven't started John Adams. But I decided to get back on McCullough. I'd like to read In the Dark Streets Shineth, a 1941 Christmas Eve story. This looks like it'll go pretty quickly. And I picked it up used, but it came with the In the Dark Streets Shineth DVD. His David McCullough's narration and the Mormon Tabernacle Choir enclosed. So I'll have to give that to my dad and see if he can add that to a family where we keep all like our movies and stuff on Plex. He could probably put that on there too. So then we'll all have access to it, because why not? And it's never been unsealed or anything. So I guess whoever you had this book before me never unattached it. It was a gift in Christmas 2017, it looks like, to Oliver from, I think it's either Laura or Lauren. I'm using this magnetic bookmark here. And this looks like it'd be a really quick read. You know, fairly big text, larger pictures. I can probably finish this in a day. Easily. And this will be the David McCullough book I'll finish the year with before continuing Truman or starting John Adams again next year. What else for my plans? Oh, I am currently reading Christmas Myths and Legends by Louisa Tarver. Apparently she is an acclaimed folklorist. And so this provides a little bit of something different. It's along the same vein as this one, although this one seems a lot more focused on some of the religious aspects. This seems, even though there are religious aspects and are going to be in general for Christmas folklore, this feels a little bit more of like what I was looking for and thinking of, like in the way of my fairy tales and folklore books. So it's touching on some of the things that, like, I'm about to head into the tale of the Christmas spider, which I know nothing about. I read about the Yule Cat earlier. I was not familiar with the Yule Cat, although I am familiar with the Yule Lads from, I think it was the Myths and Legends podcast. But yeah, this, if I sit down and read it, should go pretty quickly. I have another one that's written more in the Once Upon a Time style that will be coming in that I look forward to reading, because I like to, if Mom and I don't really have the ability to get much other reading done that day, I like to at least read a quick fairy tale because I like reading those aloud. We've been doing my Swedish fairy tales because I'm in the middle of that. I won't finish this before the end of the year, but I kind of wanted to read some Christmas ones, so once those come in, I'll start reading those. So there's this one. What else? So I don't know why, but my video just cut out randomly. I just wanted to cover really quickly a couple of other things I have planned for this year and hopefully finish before the end of December. I'd like to finish The Gentle Art of Murder for Christie's Missing, and for the Detection Club, Cozy with the Detection Club, get kind of like a 2-4 with that. I'm about halfway through this. I'd love to finish Father Ronald Knox's biography by the end of the month. That may or may not happen. This might carry into next year because it's rather long. What other ones? I have other ones I'm definitely reading here, but they won't get done before the end of the year. Particularly because I'm always adding on at this time, especially with it being the Detection Club. I'm going to have other Detection Club mysteries I want to add on. So like, or at least British Library Crime Classic Christmas mysteries. Sorry, I'm trying to lose some stuff here. I have a Christmas ornament I need to fix. So this is not Detection Club, but this is British Library Crime Classic, and I wanted to read this one this year. The Crime of Christmas Toy. The style looked like it'd be fun. And this one does have members of the Detection Club. It's also edited by Martin Edwards, who is a Detection Club member, and that's a Christmas card crime. So a bunch of short stories. May or may not do Murder After Christmas. This might wait till next year. But the one I do want to start, my aunt got me into, she's been for the past 5 years trying to get me to read the Miss Read books. So I read the first one finally around Thanksgiving, which is almost exactly 5 years since she recommended me read them, she recommended them to me when I was recovering from my first neurosurgery in December 2019. So she recommended again to me the Miss Read mysteries. I finally read the only one I had, which is on Kindle, which is the very first one. I forget if it was a Fair Acres. It said Miss Read number 1. And I was like, well, that was kind of nice and gentle. Let me pick up, I'm sure they gotta have Christmas ones. And they did. They have this Christmas collection. So Christmas with Miss Read. I took a picture and sent it on to my aunt, and she's going to look for it, see if she has it in her own collection. And this should be just a nice, relaxing read, pun intended. And I have a nice Christmassy bookmark for that. I like the cover with all sparkly. And this is just going to be, like, it's one of those reads that doesn't require a whole lot of brain power. It's just probably one of those ones when I can't really focus on much else, but I just want to relax. So yeah, I think that's the main thing. Those are the main things I hope to finish. this year. I'd like, again, to give Truman another shot, finish Truman, start John Adams next year. I'd like to finish Hard to Break this year, but I don't think I will be able to. This is Why Our Brains Make Habits Stick. I'm probably going to end up doing, finishing my Clara Barton book next year, A Quiet Will, The Life of Clara Barton, and my book on the Inklings, and Stripping of the Altars. So, didn't get all the reading done. I probably will not get all the reading done that I intended to for this month. But if I get the Christmas ones and the Detection Club ones done, that's usually my main goal for December, is to read my murder mysteries and my Christmas books. Which, interesting combination, I know. Although, it's actually surprising how many Christmas murder mysteries there are. I just finished rereading, it's up there, A Holiday for Murder, which is originally called the Hercule Poirot's Christmas, which is the very first Agatha Christie book I've ever read. So, I have a tendency to associate, Golden Age mysteries with Christmas anyway. And as Poirot mentions in the Hercule Poirot's Christmas, that actually Christmas for his kind of story is like a hotbed, for setting a scene for a murder, because you have all these people who maybe normally wouldn't be together and just need like a little bit of a match lit to get things going. So yeah, I think that's it for my plans for the rest of the year. I'm thinking that I need to watch Ariane's video and see what her plans are for 1812, because we were supposed to be doing that as a buddy read. Both of us got behind because life happened, and I need to watch her videos and see what her plans are going forward. Maybe I think that she's doing a bingo for Manifest Destiny. I'm going to take a look at that. Maybe I'll actually take part in the bingo this time around if it doesn't seem too stressful. But yeah, I'd like to finish the Ronald Knox book just because that would then get me something in for Historathon. I can't remember if I really got anything in for Historathon for this particular quarter. I must have. I'd have to take a look at my reading. I struggled toward like the mid to, I want to say it was like third quarter, I really struggled to focus on my reading, and for the beginning of fourth quarter. So I know that I didn't get all the Historathon things in that I would have liked. But I think that's all for this video. I'm almost done with my tea. And yeah, that's it. One of these days I'll actually figure out a coherent way to ending one of these videos. But anyway, thank you very much for joining me. You have an awesome day. I'll see you for the next video. God bless. Bye-bye.
Books keep coming home with me. Piles so tall, they're all I see. Turn a page and sail the sea. Reading always feels so free.